Once upon a dark and stormy night, a group of friends decided to take a train trip through the remote countryside. Little did they know, this journey would turn into a nightmare they could never forget, as the old train rattled and clanked its way. Through the dense forest, the friends settled into their seats, sharing laughter and stories. The rain poured heavily outside, and the wind howled like a wolf in the distance. Suddenly, the train screeched to a halt in the middle of nowhere. The lights flickered, and an eerie silence fell over the carriages. The friends exchanged nervous glances, wondering what had gone wrong. Their anxiety grew as they heard faint, shuffling footsteps from the other end of the carriage. They peered into the darkness, their hearts pounding with fear. Out of the shadows emerged a group of figures, but these were not ordinary passengers. The figures were grotesque, with rotting flesh, sunken eyes, and tattered clothing. They were zombies, terrified. The friends realized that the train had been overrun by the Undead. Panic set in as the zombies closed in on them. With no way to escape, they searched for anything they could use as weapons. One of them found an emergency hammer. Another grabbed a fire extinguisher, and they prepared to defend themselves. The battle between the living and the undead raged on in the confined space of the train. Screams echoed through the carriages as the friends fought for their lives, smashing and repelling the relentless zombie horde. But as the minutes turned to hours, exhaustion took its toll. They were outnumbered, and their makeshift weapons were failing just when all hope seemed lost. A mysterious figure clad in a hooded cloak appeared. This stranger possessed incredible combat skills, swiftly dispatching the remaining zombies with ease. With the train now cleared of the undead, the friends thanked their savior, but the hooded figure simply nodded and vanished into the shadows. The train slowly started moving again, and the friends, shaken and traumatized, continued their journey in silence. They couldn't shake off the horror they had just experienced. As the train pulled into the next station, they were met by police and paramedics. The friends recounted their terrifying encounter with the zombies, but the authorities found no evidence of the undead. To this day, they wonder if it was a hallucination brought on by fear, or if they had truly encountered the supernatural. One thing was certain: they would never forget the night they rode the Haunted Express. In the days that followed their harrowing encounter on the Haunted Express, the group of friends couldn't shake the feeling that something was amiss. They scoured news articles, but there was no mention of the mysterious hooded savior or the zombie attack. It was as though the night had never happened. Despite the lack of evidence, they couldn't deny the vividness of their memories. Sleepless nights were filled with nightmares of the undead, closing in on them, and they began to question their own sanity. One evening, they received an unexpected visitor, an elderly man who claimed to have been a passenger on the very same train many years ago. He told them a chilling tale of a train that had derailed in the same forest long ago, leading to the death of all its passengers. According to him, the restless spirits of those who perished still haunted the tracks. The old man spoke of a prophecy that foretold a group of outsiders coming face to face with the vengeful spirits. He explained that the hooded figure who had saved them was a guardian, tasked with protecting those who encountered the haunted train. The friends were both relieved and disturbed by this revelation. It explained the inexplicable events of that fateful night, but left them with a haunting realization they had narrowly escaped a fate worse than death. Determined to uncover the truth, they decided to investigate further, armed with the old man's guidance. They returned to the forest where the train had come to a halt. There, they found an abandoned, rusted train from the past, half buried in the overgrown vegetation. As they explored the wreckage, they felt an otherworldly presence. The air grew icy, and faint whispers filled their ears. The restless spirits were not pleased by their intrusion. Suddenly, the hooded guardian appeared again, warning them to leave before it was too late. Realizing they were meddling with forces beyond their comprehension, the friends retreated, leaving the haunted train behind. They never spoke of the incident again, and they hoped to put the horrors of that night behind them. But every now and then, they would hear whispers in the wind and see fleeting shadows in the corner of their eyes. A chilling reminder that the haunted express still roamed the tracks, and the Guardian continued to protect those who ventured too close to its malevolent grasp as they went their separate ways in life. They couldn't help but wonder if the haunted train would someday cross their paths again, for the ghosts of that dreadful night would forever haunt their memories. If you like this story, hit the like button, and subscribe now for the latest new horror story videos. And tell me in the comments section your opinion